Welcome to this battle on Total War Pharaohs. Just essentially showing off the capacity of the game engine to offer large-scale battles, fairly large-scale battles. Toned it down a little bit in the hope that I'm not going to overload my not gaming computer. It's a Mac M1, which can just about deal with the gameplay. I normally use GeForce, which you can't use with this game for some reason. The animations are quite cool too. I'm just going to speed up. I'm actually the defending party, so it should be the case that the adversary comes to me. On the edge of the map here. It'd be better if you could kind of go wherever you want, but obviously that would also take up a lot more resources. The other thing is about custom battles on this one is for some reason they limit the camera movement. I quite like the haze, and the terrain, you know, it's fairly convincing. Here we go. So I might need to reposition slightly depending if they're coming at a bit of an angle. Yeah, I think they are a little bit. This is in cinematic mode, which is why I don't have so much access to groupings of infantry. Slow it down a bit. So, the enemy is coming into range. I actually have a load of archers with fairly limited range here. But their slingers have sidled into range, so they're getting wiped out, which is nice. Oh, yeah, sticking a bit.
Your foes' hidden units stand revealed.
These are, looks like they're rout. Oh no, they're just revealed. Right, got it. And then that's routing. Okay. I'm going to come around the side with some chariots.
Your warriors are wavering.
Lay down some fire on both sides with chariots. They're just there presumably because they hit the edge of the map, essentially. Okay, it's going to be a case of just essentially charging into the position that the archers were taking up, and the slingers. Again, a little bit more complicated because it's cinematic mode.
Your warriors have been routed.
My chariots seem to have taken a beating. Yeah, my charts are routing. They seem to have a ridiculous number of archers.
Your warriors are wavering.
Looking to take out this pocket of enemy infantry quite easily, even if it does mean I have some archers shooting into my back. Make use of these chariots if they... This number of archers is absolutely insane, to be honest. Might be quite a close one. It doesn't seem to have like balance of forces in this mode. Interesting. These are archers or slingers or something or other. So I presume they're going to come around here, I guess. And then anyone that's still around here kind of come around here. I do like the archers in this one, they do real damage. Right, yeah, so these coming around to just like that essentially, and then maybe behind them like that. See, so, right. Got a load of javelin infantry throwing javelins into the back of the enemy here. Which should be working well. Enemy general here, which is a problem obviously. A lot of fire onto my own enemy general, which I might have to deal with. See the routing now. Pain. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. Thought I could come round and lay down fire, either on them or onto that enemy, but apparently not. Looks like these have skirmish mode on. I don't want to get out of the cinematic mode to change it. So I'm just going to leave it, see what happens. They're pretty much done, correct? 22. Come on, that's done now. Just attack what you can. I think this is... Well, that's good. I think you should... Yeah, there you go. Can move on to the next target. A bit worried about... I'm going to essentially win the infantry battle, but then we've got huge numbers of archers still bearing down. All these longbowmen.
Your warriors are wavering. Axe warriors! Strike through!
Right, the enemy Bay, which is one of the civilization's leaders, i.e. I guess the Pharaohs, is routing. green means that they're easy to deal with, presumably. Yeah, this general's unit or Pharaoh's unit is broken.
Your warriors have been routed.
Going to be quite close still.
Always ready.
I'm encircling these troops. I did that from the start and that went quite well. So I think it was lucky because these I think are pretty strong adversarial units. Yeah, they're like super well armoured. God knows what's going on here. Looks like my warriors are routing.
Your warriors are wavering.
Oh, this looks quite close actually.
We will fight another day.
No, actually, oops.
Infantry moving.
Ooh, not quite sure what's going on here.
Sons of Egypt. We must retreat.
Yes, that worked. Nubian swordsman. Nubian swordsman, apologies. Currently routing. So move on to the last major troop pocket.
One of your units has depleted their ammunition.
We've got Bay coming back into the battle, but this should be decisive, right? Yeah, I think this is you know quite an advert for the game, I suggest, because this is like it's quite cool. It's worth it. I mean, it's not very expensive anymore anyway. Don't get obviously. This is just my own view. Probably is worth it. I was a bit umming and ahhing about it because I read some poor reviews and certainly it's not going to be as quite as interesting as
Your warriors are wavering.
European theatres. But just for these battles, just for these graphics, I think it is worth it. Just need to get this bay again.
We need sections healing.
Need one.
I will not die for this. Your warriors have been routed.
Right, Bay is now routing again. Actually, slightly difficult to know what's going on. I think I've pretty much won, but there are quite a few adversarial units kicking around still, like these, and I think there's some there. Some shooting. Oh no, they're routing. Look, they're routing. That's some swordsmen coming back into the fight, and then it's just these archers. That's quite a good fight. I think I've done it though, right? Believe. That they are done. Right, routing. Okay. Well, who's not routing? These archers. And these swordsmen. Yeah, as I say, the arrows are pretty cool. The archery in this game is pretty cool. Are they on skirmish mode, or are they just going to stand there? Yeah, they're on skirmish. Oh. What's happening there? Oh. That was a little clever little trick the enemy just pulled there. They're on skirmish mode. They were going to run away, but then they didn't because the enemy kind of did a weird Look at that! Oh, that's gruesome and very cool.
One of your units has depleted their ammunition.
You're like literally like stabbing each other in the back. Alright, what's going on down here? Okay, so I guess kind of come round. Just absolutely dominate.
Your warriors are wavering.
They're running now. Okay, so just mop up the last forces standing against our mighty Pharaoh, or whoever I'm fighting for.
Your warriors have been routed.
Okay, so most of the enemy there is routed. Let's move on. There's some incoming enemy this way. Royal archers. They're not going to do much, surely. The animations are cool. Can't get any closer than this.
One of your units has depleted their ammunition.
Yeah, it's just this little bunch. They're routing. They're going to be routing in a minute, right? Come on, there we are. Nice.